Let's solve multi-step fraction problems. Take a look at the first problem. Ryan runs 2/3 miles every day. How many days does Ryan have to run to reach 2 miles? So on day 1, Ryan runs 2/3 of a mile. On day 2, Ryan runs the 2/3 that he ran on day 1 plus another 2/3. So Ryan has run a total of 4/3 miles by day 2. This is the same as 1 whole and 1/3 more. On day 3, we'll add what he ran on day 1 plus what he ran on day 2 plus another 2/3 which he'll run on day 3. We'll add our numerators, 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6, and keep our denominator the same, so we have 6/3. So by day 3, Ryan has run 6/3 miles. To determine 6/3 to create a whole number, we can look at 6/3 as 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So Ryan has run 2 whole miles. It takes him 3 days to reach 2 miles. Here's another example. Lani runs 4/5 miles every day. How many days does Lani have to run to reach 4 miles? So on day 1, Lani runs 4/5 of a mile. On day 2, we'll add what Lani ran on day 1 plus another 4/5 of a mile which she runs on day 2. That totals to 8/5, which is 1 whole and 3/5 more. On day 3, Lani runs 4/5 that we added from the first day, plus 4/5 from the second day, plus another 4/5 that she runs on day 3. That's a total of 12/5, which is 2 wholes and 2/5 more. On day 4, we'll add 4/5 from day 1, plus 4/5 from day 2, plus 4/5 from day 3, plus another 4/5 that she'll run on day 4. We'll add our numerators, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and we get 16/5, 16/5. That's 3 wholes and 1/5 more. On day 5, Lani will add what she ran on day 1, plus what Lani ran on day 2, plus what she ran on day 3, what she ran on day 4, plus another 4/5 that she runs on day 5. Now let's add our numerators. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 20/5. To create a whole number, we can think of the fraction 20/5 as 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. It will take Lani 5 days to reach 4 miles. Mr. Snugs had 5 children. He gave each of his children 2/5 of a candy bar. How many candy bars did he start with? So each of his 5 children got 2/5 of a candy bar. So child 1 got 2/5, child 2 got 2/5, so did child 3, child 4, and child 5. To find out how many candy bars he started with, we need to add 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5. Let's use our model to help. So child 1 received 2/5 of the candy bar, and each of my models represents one candy bar, broken up into 5 equal pieces. Child 2 received 2/5 of a candy bar. Child 3 received 2/5. Child 4 received 2/5. And child 5 received 2/5. We can add our numerators, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, to get 10, and our denominator stays the same, 10/5, which is equal to 2. And as we can see from our model, it took 2 whole candy bars to share with his 5 children. Let's look at the next problem. Mr. Jones shared his popcorn with 7 people. He gave each person he shared with exactly 3/8 of a bag. How many bags of popcorn did Mr. Jones need to share with all 7 people? How much popcorn did Mr. Jones have left for himself? So he shared with 7 people. Each person got 3/8 of a bag. So person 1 received 3/8, and I'll shade 3/8 in on my model. Each model represents 1 bag of popcorn, and I have each model broken up into 8 equal pieces, so we can show how each person got 3/8 of a bag. Person 2 received 3/8, so we'll color in 3 more 8ths. Person 3 received 3/8 of the bag. We'll color in another 3/8. Person 4 received 3/8. Again, we'll color 3/8. Person 5, 3/8. Person 6, 3/8. And person 7, 3/8. Using our model, we can see that it took Mr. Jones 2 whole bags of popcorn and 5/8 of another bag to share with all 7 people. The next question asks, how much popcorn did Mr. Jones have left for himself? Using the model, we can see that there is 3/8 left of the third bag. So Mr. Jones had 3/8 left for himself. Let's take a look at this problem. Ashley eats 1/3 cup of fruit each day. Katie eats 2/3 cup of fruit every 2 days. In 5 days, who eats the most fruit? So first let's look at Ashley, who eats 1/3 cup of fruit each day. So on day 1, Ashley eats 1/3. On day 2, 1/3. Day 3, 1/3. Day 4, 1/3. And day 5, 1/3. We're trying to find out who eats the most in 5 days. So let's find out how much Ashley ate. First, we'll add our numerators. We have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 5. And we'll keep our denominator the same, which is 5/3. 5/3 is equal to 1 2/3. So Ashley ate 1 2/3 cups of fruit. Katie eats 2/3 every 2 days. So on the first day, Katie has 2/3 of a cup. And on the third day, Katie has 2/3 of a cup. First, let's add our numerators. 2 plus 2, which is 4, and our denominator stays 3, so Katie eats 4/3 of a cup, which is the same as 1 1/3. Our question asks, who eats the most fruit? 1 2/3 is greater than 1 1/3, so Ashley eats the most fruits. And this concludes our lesson on multi-step fraction problems.